Bonjour, oh wait, sorry.
What?
Yeah, wow.
That's a different start.
Yeah, wow. I was mixing up French, Italian.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, hello everyone. It's another episode of Everything That's Everything Wrestling. One of the biggest weeks of wrestling.
WrestleMania week.
WrestleMania weekend. We've had the ROH SuperCard.
Yep.
We had Impact's Multiverse. Wow, just so much.
Great week for us for wrestling.
So if you don't like wrestling, this is a yeah.
I also see a Tobar last week.
Yeah.
He does not stop talking.
Yeah, Tobar talks too much.
He talks a lot.
Yeah, that's why we need you.
He talks a lot.
He doesn't know how to edit.
Well, let's go into Monday Night Raw. Starts off with Miss TV. Miss TV brings out Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish, and also their opponents at WrestleMania, Damage Control. Nice little back and forth, leads into a match with Becky Lynch versus Io Sky. 4.5 minutes out of 5. We were talking during this match, and we were saying, Io Sky's moves are absolutely incredible.
Some of the prettiest and the most crisp in the world of wrestling. So.
Once Damage Control eventually breaks up, I like to see her become a world champion for sure.
Yeah, well, there's discussion they want to bring more titles because I think after WrestleMania,
or you get mid-card title for women.
For the women, yep. And everyone's saying, "No, why don't they just bring back the Divas title?" Yep. Well, that's what my thought is. But.
Then we get some with Seth and Mustafa Ali interaction. I don't know why Mustafa Ali is talking to Seth at all, but leads to another impromptu match: Seth Rollins versus Mustafa Ali. Seth Rollins gets the victory, but I think he killed Mustafa Ali.
Have you seen him since?
I have not.
Yeah.
He did a stomp to his face, then the stomp to the back of his head. That was brutal.
Yes.
Then we get some unneeded backstage promo with Baron Corbin, Chelsea Green, and Sonya Deville. Chelsea Green will be at WrestleMania though, and there is Zack Ryder. Matt Cardona sightings at WrestleMania hotel.
That's not everything could be great, but okay.
Then we get a win between Omos and Brock Lesnar. Complete chaos. Almost getting the upper hand on Lesnar. I think Lesnar. I think this is gonna be a good match.
Yeah, I think everyone panned it in the beginning, but as more passes on, more intrigue.
It will be a 4-star match, 5-star match, maybe a 3. But I think this may be one of the shorter matches in WrestleMania, maybe 5-6 minute match. But I think it's gonna be a good match where we get.
I think it's gonna lead to the creation of the reuniting of
Hurt Business. I hope so.
And I think they'll do something to Brock Lesnar. Almost gets the win. So Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, probably at SummerSlam or something like that.
Then we get Finn Balor, awesome promo, bringing back the Demon. I am looking forward to this match. Rumors, Gangrel is in Los Angeles.
I think the biggest rumor is
Christian Cage.
Yes.
Tony Khan gave Christian Cage the okay to come to WrestleMania.
Of course, he's going to have AEW things all himself, but that's just something different.
Then our third match is Street Profits, Ricochet, and Braun Strowman versus Alpha Academy and Viking Raiders. Street Profits, Ricochet, and Braun Strowman get the win. A lot of good combos.
Yeah.
Off using Braun Strowman as a higher turnbuckle.
Again. Montez Ford, he's after WrestleMania.
They have to break up the Street Profits. Give him starting the United States Championship run, especially I think if either Cena or Theory wins, I think you gotta throw Montez in that picture.
Well, a little bit afterwards, because I think this match kind of highlighted 3 stars that should have a push. Chad Gable, he's always good. Ricochet, I know they gave him a little push, but he's too good to just let go.
Well, as we said before, I think they messed up by not making him beat Brock at Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
You can get back to Brock the night after, but at least he's a one-time Universal Champion.
Yeah, he's too good. And like I said, these 3, they look good every single week. So reward them.
Then we get Austin Theory with the Empty Arena promo. Very good promo.
Yeah. Again, when people say this is the future,
he's definitely the future. And he's going to prove it against John Cena. Night 1.
Yeah. Oh, actually, what I was going to say when we were talking about if John Cena wins, that means I think Jay White shows up
I think so too.
Yeah, tomorrow night. Not tomorrow, Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I think so too.
If Fyre wins, then you can have a feud with Montez Ford, stuff like that, and build up that way.
But Cena and Austin Theory do kick off night 1.
Yeah, it's going to start with a bang.
That's awesome.
Yes.
We have 4th match tonight, Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green versus Candice LeRae and Mia Kim. Deville and Green get the win, the last team going into WrestleMania, as I spoiled it earlier.
But they're a pretty good team. I think if they're smart, keep them as a team, because Sonya Deville, she's good. I don't know how they relegate her to a jobber. Chelsea Green, she's been doing good. So make them win the tag team championship. Then if they do bring back like a belt, if they do like the Divas, have them like have it.
Well, I think you make a case for Chelsea Green being a world champion. I don't see so much Sonya Deville maybe in the card. If you're going to bring back
a mid card.
Yeah, but Chelsea Green, I think you can make the case for being a world champion for sure. Paul Heyman says Solo isn't here to wrestle tonight. But Dominic, honestly, I love Dominic as a heel.
Perfect. I hope they keep him.
I'm so happy to do this for him. Put him in Judgment Day. He's completely redefined his career. This is another awesome promo. Dominic, wishing that Eddie was his father.
I think it is.
I think it is, but it was what it is. We have 5th match tonight. Damian Priest with Dominic versus Rey Mysterio. Rey gets the win via disqualification due to Dominic Mysterio. Again, this is the one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I think I think may steal the show.
It's going to be night 1 as well.
Yeah. Night 1, what did last year? Night 1 was great. This year, night 1 looks pretty good.
I think night 2 is maybe a few matches I'm actually really excited for.
Yeah.
Of course, Roman and Cody. It's raw. Yeah, it's
because Sammy versus isn't that night 1?
That's night 1.
Yeah.
Edge and Finn Balor, I think, are night 2.
Yeah, that would be.
That's gonna be a good one. But night 1's stacked.
Yeah.
Let me have 6th match tonight. Gunther versus Dolph Ziggler, absolute manslaughter.
Was it a match?
Man, how much you disrespect Dolph Ziggler?
Yeah.
He had very little offense in this match. Yeah. But again, Gunther looking dominant going to WrestleMania. We have 7th match tonight, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. 5 out of 5 mask. Cody Rhodes gets the win, showing that Solo is not ready yet, but I think Solo is ready.
Yeah. I think after WrestleMania, he should do like mid cards, get some titles. I could honestly see Paul Heyman dropping Roman.
I think so too. I'm saying this now before we get into WrestleMania. I think that Bloodline gets destroyed at WrestleMania.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Let's go to NXT. Again, this is the go home for Stand and Deliver, and it starts out right away with a 20-man battle royal. You get Action right away.
Oh, set it off.
Yeah, Axiom gets the win, and he's now part of the North American.
Honestly, that's the perfect person I would put in for the last spot. Axiom, ever since they redesigned him from AK to Axiom, he's been on fire.
And again, I think the North American Championship is going to steal the show.
I think so too.
You have Axiom, you have J.D. McMahon, you have you have Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee will win it.
I hope so.
And you have Wesley.
But it's going to be a nasty match.
And it's just going to start off with I think that's what's going to start. It's going to start off with a bang. Again, you dictate what the pay-per-view is going to be with the first match.
Actually, it's should be on in a couple hours, huh?
Yep, in a couple hours. And what's his name? Tober will give us the results.
Tober will give us the results.
Yeah. Thank you, Tober. Then the second match of the night, Tyler Bates versus Von Wagner. Again, Von Wagner was a waste, and it just shows.
Also, Tyler Bates showing how strong he is.
Tyler Bates gets the win, but then we get a video of Joe Gacy saying, you guys are just living a fantasy, and we'll show you the right way. Which I think that match will be good too, a 10-person match. Again, I think, here's what I'm thinking. Everyone thinks Duke Hudson's going to turn. I think Tyler Bates turns on because he has history with Grizzly Young.
He does Grizzly Young Vets. Yep.
So that could be like the big group, and then we could see a redemption story of Andre Chase trying to get back.
There was something I was watching. They were saying maybe the match between McIntyre, Sheamus, and Gunther. You know how Sheamus has his faction. Gunther has his faction. What if Gallus shows up for Drew McIntyre?
That would be interesting. Of course, without a contract, I don't know what they'll do.
We'll see, but
if they pins them, they will be
exactly. And they've done stuff like that before. Like CM Punk, he was very close. He didn't sign a contract until he walked out for the match.
Well, bring up another point. Like during this for SummerSlam, John Moxley wasn't signed with AEW.
Exactly.
He said he could have walked in with the title in SummerSlam, but he's loyal.
Yep.
But that's a different story. Then we get the third match of the night. It's Elektra Lopez versus Valentina Perez. Pretty good match. Elektra Lopez, I think, again, after us, Stand and Deliver, she's ready to get a title.
It was a good move taking her away from Legado Fantasma.
Yeah.
She's really good in the ring.
Very good.
And replacing her with someone like Zelina Vega, who's not that great in the ring, but awesome on the mic.
Yeah, so it's pretty good, either or, Then we get the debut of Eddie Thorpe, the fourth match of the night. Eddie Thorpe versus Miles Bourne. Technically, it's Miles Bourne's debut, too, but they didn't make a big deal about him. Eddie Thorpe, if you know about New Japan Wrestling, he's Fredrickson. He's a really good wrestler. He never accomplished... He's good at win-loss, but never won any titles. So he's 32, so maybe it's a fast run.
Long way, yeah.
But have a fast run with the NXT. He's a good wrestler. They give him his heritage, like Native American, and they give him the name Eddie Thorpe. And if you guys know anyone about Thorpe, that's a famous name, football player, boxer, wrestler of Native American heritage. Then we get the last chance. Oh, Eddie Thorpe does get the win. Then we get the last chance for the NXT Women's. We have Indi Hartwell versus Ivy Niles versus Sol Ruca.
This was a great match.
Great match. Again, Sol Ruca. Again, I don't understand. Now that there's not that much room, but she's good. She's going to be a champion.
Yeah.
Ivy Niles, I don't know what they're doing to her, making her lose all the time. She always looks good. She's a real powerhouse, but Indi Hartwell gets the win. So the final for Stand and Deliver is Gigi, Zoe, Tiffany, and Indi. Then we find later on Roxanne's still in it, and I think Roxanne retains.
Yeah.
But Cora Jade comes back and continues on with their feud. Then we get a match. It was really good, but it's kind of pointless now. It's Drew Gulak versus Hank Walker. Drew Gulak gets the win. Hank Walker, again, I don't understand. You get this big guy and you're making him lose each week. I would skip this whole wrestling thing. Make him, I mentioned this the first time, make him like a Big Bubba type. Make him a muscle for someone. Put him in a white shirt, black tie, black sunglasses, and just be a muscle and occasionally be in the ring for something. Because he's big, but again, there's a lot of big wrestlers nowadays.
Yeah. So
you have to be special now, and he's nothing special. I'm not trying to be mean. But then we find out earlier.
There you are.
Okay, maybe. Cora Jade has set up Briggs and Jensen. If they win this match, they're at Stand and Deliver for the Tag Team Championship. So that leaves their storyline. So we get the 7 match. We get Tony D'Angelo and Stacks versus Briggs and Jensen. Actually, pretty good match. Tony D'Angelo and Stacks gets the win, so they don't go to Stand and Deliver. Again, building up for the Tag Team Championships. Again, I really like to see them win. Then I would like to see
D'Angelo Stacks.
Yeah, they win the Tag Team Championships. Then I would like to see the Creed brothers have singles runs. But that's just me. Then we have the Grayson Waller contract signing, which kind of contradicted from last week. They said Johnny Gargano can't be in the building, but he was. But he still signed the contract. I think that match will be
a great one.
Bonkers.
I think Johnny gets the win, but I think it's going to be a good match.
Oh, I know exactly. Listen, remember I'm saying this, and Tober will he'll back me up. Johnny Gargano gets the win. Tommaso Ciampa comes and helps him. So Monday night we get DIY on Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw is probably going to be the biggest one with all the anticipation.
DIY versus Owens and Sammy for the Raw Tag Team Championships.
And new Tag Team Champions right away.
Yeah.
And then we can have all 4 feud with each other. Wow. Yep. So before we go to SmackDown, we're going to go to Tobar.
Hello, I'm Tobor. before, and apparently you humans have complained about me talking too much. I was not programmed for concision, so blame MIT, not me. NXT's Stand and Deliver is part of WrestleMania weekend. As for you humans, the greatest weekend ever. Kickoff show. 8-human match where Chase U and Tyler Bates vs. Schism. The Rock's daughter's debut in the ring, and it did not disappoint. The humans thought Schism and lack faith of hard work. We see Chase U win. Duke Hudson joined Schism for 30 seconds, making everyone feel betrayed for a brief moment. Ava is a solid person who has a big future. So keeping score, EveryRing, that's everything wrestling 0. Now the highly anticipated women's NXT ladder match. Gigi Dolan, Tiffany Stratton, Indi Hartwell, Zoe Starks and Roxanne Perez. This marks the return to the ring for Roxanne after her devastating collapse. It was crazy. Each woman put their heart on the sleeve and competed at a high level. Jace Jane stopped Gigi from picking up the belt as Dexter Lumis comes in to help her kayfabe wife win the title. This is a shock. And new women's NXT championship, Indi Hartwell. So you humans thought Roxanne Perez would retain, but we got Indi Hartwell winning. So keeping score. It's EveryRing, that's everything wrestling 0-2. Next up, the NXT Tag Championship. A triple threat putting Gallus vs. Creed Bros vs. Tony D'Angelo and Stax. This was brutal and visceral. Gallus gets a big assist from the returning Joey Coffey. The Gallus boys looked dominant and was a competitive match. Those keeping score, EveryRing, that's everything wrestling is 0-3. Wow, wrestling isn't rocket science and you two call yourselves experts and this looks depressing. Please keep your day jobs because ditch diggers are more important than wrestling analysis professionals. Next up, NXT North American Championship in a fatal 5-way. Axiom vs. Ilya Dragunov vs. JD McDonough vs. Dragon Lee vs. Wes Lee. Pinball Wizard if it were wrestling. Dragunov and McDonough go at it. Dragon Lee was spectacularly awesome, especially his entrance. This was a banger. It didn't slow a bit. Axiom did a spot that was just mind-blowing. In a real upset, Wes Lee retains. So keeping score, EveryRing, that's everything wrestling is 0-4. Do you even understand wrestling? If you ask Mighty Tobor, I would have aced the event. Next up, the unsanctioned match. Johnny Wrestling vs. Grayson Waller. Brutality Masterclass. It starts out as a proper wrestling match just to quickly turn to a beating. Both men look to destroy each other. Garbage cans, chairs and whatnot. At one point, Candice LeRae assisted her husband and used a kendo stick to bloody Grayson's back. Redeemed her acting from the home invasion angle. It's good to note, never attack an Italian and their family. I'm just saying, with all my data it never ends well. Johnny Wrestling wins the match and the way was successful. So keeping score, EveryRing, that's everything wrestling is 1-4. Don't call it a comeback. Hee. You humans are so funny. Next up is the NXT Women's Tag Titles match. Fallon Henley and Kiana James, champs, versus Alba, Fyre and Isla Dawn. Love created conflict. Ha ha ha. It was pretty competitive and quick-paced. At one point, Kiana James wanted Jensen to help her cheat but was conflicted. So the hesitation allowed for the unholy union to pick up the win. And new NXT Women's Tag Champs. See again, humans are easily affected by heart and emotions. As a mighty robot, if cheating was the only way, it would have been easy. So if that is the case, NXT will have another women's tag team implode. Shawn Michaels' tag team imploded, so he has transferred this aggressiveness in his handling of women's tag teams. So keeping track at home. EveryRing, that's everything wrestling is 2-4. Seeing it's only 7 matches, you humans will fail to even the score. Mighty Tobor would have easy selected the winners. The winning lottery numbers for the next lottery: 26, 33, 39, 47, 63, and 17. Ha 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 ha. The main event. Braun Breaker vs. Carmelo Hayes. The entrances alone were magnificent. The match starts fast-paced. Trick Williams is hilarious outside the ring. Both men looked uber competitive. Carmelo's destiny looks to be fulfilled. Very physical, and it's surprising a fast-paced match. Each star looked to shine. Braun Breaker has Carmelo in the Steiner recliner, but the ref gets knocked out. Trick Williams at play. And new NXT Men's Champion. So keeping score, EveryRing, that's everything wrestling, is 3-4 and failed to even get 50-50 booking. Stand and Deliver was again a great show that really pushed forward the future. We got 3 new champs in Indi Hartwell, Alba, Fyre, and Ilsa and Carmelo Hayes. The future is bright in wrestling.
Thank you, Tobar. Let's go to SmackDown.
That robot is very
detailed.
Very detailed, and we don't pay him that way. She'll pay him anything.
Yeah, but $1 billion, so we had to get something.
He is.
So let's go to SmackDown. So it starts out with the Usos saying that they're the ones. There's no stopping them.
Great promo.
Yeah, then they get interrupted by Sammy.
Sammy saying to Jay and Jim, I've been loyal to you two since day one, but I'm not loyal to Roman, and guess what? Roman isn't loyal to you.
Yeah, again, Sammy on the mic, great.
Yep.
KO on the mic, great.
Yes.
The Uso, again,
yes.
This is going to build up something great.
Well, I'm saying this right now, Usos are going to go down as probably the best tag team of all time.
Yeah. And I think after this, they could get some singles titles.
I think I don't know, because we'll see how WrestleMania goes, but I think down the road, even if it's not for a title, Jay versus Roman, and it has to happen again. I think Jay gets to win this time.
Yeah.
You have to book it that way.
Yeah. Apparently there's some rumblings that someone has the Hollywood bug and wants to be in movies. The princess, head of the princess.
The head of the princess.
But the only thing, he has no personality or charisma. See, if he wants to be like The Rock, The Rock, he may not be that great in the ring, but his charisma pushed him over the top. Roman Reigns, if it wasn't for Sami Zayn, this bloodline thing would have been the most boring thing in the world. But it is what it is.
Well, Jay kept it interesting too. I think,
but not like
for a while. But it needed Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy just needed the best storyline in wrestling. Then we start with a fatal 4-way. We get Montez Ford versus Ricochet versus Chad Gable versus Eric. Again, you get 3 of the wrestlers that after WrestleMania should be pushed. Ricochet gets the win, but again, Montez Ford, Chad Gable, and Ricochet, again, I don't know what more praise to say to these guys. They're amazing. They're simply good. And hopefully Triple H recognizes this. Then we get the 20-man battle royal for Andre the Giant or Andrew the Giant. Because last year I said Andrew the Giant, but okay, I guess I hold a grudge too much. But we get the 30-man battle royal, and I think the funniest thing when Michael Cole says, I think Top Dollar is going to win because he can't get over the top rope. Yeah, that's just horrible. He's worse than Bret Hart, holding on grudges. Yeah. It's funny that Baron Corbin was the first to get out.
Good.
There's a great interaction between Cherry and an LA Knight. Hopefully that could be a feud. And LA Knight, I don't know if you heard, he was cheered. He was over.
When he got eliminated, fans were legitimately pissed.
Yes, he was over.
They were LA Knight. When he got eliminated, you heard the gasp, like,
Yeah, because of what people say. And a lot of people like the interaction between Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed. But
Bronson Reed is a blue chipper. I tell you what, this guy, after WrestleMania, you have to give him the United States Championship. You have to give him some time. This guy is going to be big in this business.
Yeah, if they keep the run,
he is awesome.
Yes, but the final 4 was LA Knight, Bronson, Braun, and Bobby Lashley gets the win.
Deserved.
Yeah, and like as you said, LA Knight when he was out, poor Bronson. I wonder if they gave him security because people were.
Yeah, they're pissed.
Yes. But Bobby Lashley gets the win. I think he doesn't have a WrestleMania moment, but I think there's a lot of things going to happen.
I think so too.
I think it's going to be layered. I think the Hurt Business comes back. He's the head of the Hurt Business in a strange, crazy way, which no one knows, to defend Brock Lesnar. Bray Wyatt and
Well, they got to do really her business do right this time.
Yeah.
And don't break them up so early. Yeah. That was such an awesome faction.
Yeah. That's Vince though.
Yeah, it's Vince. But you got MVP as the manager, mouthpiece. Mm-hmm. Probably one of the best on the mic. Yeah. Bobby Lashley doesn't have to talk, but a complete powerhouse. Yeah. And then you got two amazing athletes to back him up in Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin.
And now if you have almost
is a big muscle.
Yeah. The potential.
Yes.
There. Then we get another fatal four-way for the women that are participating in the tag team challenge. Raquel versus Shayna versus Natalya versus Sonya. Again, Raquel was really good. Again, if they have a mid-card, the Divas title, she should be right up in line to win that. She gets the win. The thing is, Shayna Baszler, again, I don't know what they're going to do with her. And what they're saying, what's her name, is not ready. She's still injured. Rousey. So,
it's probably a heavy Shayna.
Yeah, so again, she gets, excuse my language, she gets screwed and she doesn't deserve that.
No.
And you know how we feel about her.
Yeah.
Then we get LOW.
This is an awesome segment. Rey Mysterio coming back, talking to Legado Phasma. Saying thank you for helping me last week against Judgment Day. And they said, no problem, we admire you. Right. And so Ray has a little surprise for them, gives everybody a t-shirt, open up, and they are the new Latino World Order. With Rey Mysterio at the helm. I love this. I absolutely love this.
It's smart.
It couldn't happen to a better faction because Legado Phasma is such a great team. And having Rey Mysterio at the helm to get him to the next level, this is a good call.
Here's another thing, please. We mentioned this over a year on this show. There's rumblings that can be new titles. 6-man title.
Yep.
Legado del Fantasma, get that?
To get that, yep. And then you establish the LWO right there.
Winner, chicken dinner. Then we get the fourth match of the night, Sheamus and McIntyre versus Imperium. Again, I think they went the wrong direction. Imperium should have won. They should have had an implosion there, but not. But Sheamus and McIntyre get the win. There was some rumbling, but no fisticuffs, which, that's not true. Come on. Then we get another beautiful, wonderful, amazing promo from Cody Rhodes.
Well, Cody Rhodes
he's doing some old school
Tupac.
He's
like, you guys want me to do the Tupac's portion of California Love, and he did it.
Yep, and stopped right before it got to.
Yeah.
But then Cody Rhodes does his thing. Roman Reigns showed up again, and here's the note: you only lift up one title. I think they're gonna change tonight. It's only gonna be for the.
I hope so.
World of the Universal.
WWE.
Yeah, the WWE.
Yeah. But I think. So again, you're gonna have to look at some of this stuff when you the promos before going into pay-per-views. So they gave Roman upper hand in this promo. Mm-hmm. So that means Cody is a huge underdog in this fight. I still think Cody gets the upset win.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
It would be cool that Jay messes up.
I think that's going to happen. Yeah. I think if Jay and Jimmy drop their titles to Sammy and KO, what else do they have left for Roman? So I think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a combination of either Orton comes back and beats up the bloodline. And then when Cody wins, Orton hits him with RKO afterwards, or Jay comes in and does something to Roman. Because remember when Sammy said, Jay, he was never loyal to you. When Jay turned from Sammy, you saw his face. Jay's always been back and forth with the bloodline. I think if they drop the titles, this is going to be it for Jay.
I think so.
But let's go into AEW Dynamite. It was a good AEW. Yeah. It was a good Dynamite. We had first match, Jungle Boy versus Matt Hardy. Jungle Boy gets the win. But Matt Hardy was great. Yeah. The side effect outside the ring was a great spot.
Yeah. The only problem I have, if they're going to go this forward, the 4 pillars watching, it gets cumbersome.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Do it once, enjoy it, but not every match now.
Yeah. But Jungle Boy gets the win. Afterward, MJF and Jungle Boy go back and forth.
That was a good.
It was good. MJF Man, really good at Jungle Boy with the whole NJ thing. But I think Jungle Boy bested MJF in this promo. I had to say, Jungle Boy said a lot of good stuff to him, so MJF really didn't deserve this title, and he honestly really didn't. MJF saying Jungle Boy took a different way. We can win a tag team and stuff like that, but Jungle Boy deserved. I mean, at the time it was kind of iffy, but he has proven himself that Jungle Boy is not ready for this. But I don't think I can't sell on MJF yet.
No, he was so high. Then once he got this whole I want to go to WWE kind of, but this he didn't talk anything but WWE. It looked good again.
Yeah, it was good again. Yeah, it was really great back and forth between the two. I'm gonna waste a segment with Acclaimed and 2.0. I don't understand this at all.
Former tag team champions are not even in
the tag team picture.
Yeah.
Man, this was brutal.
Was it a match?
We get a mugging. Yeah. The Blackpool Combat Club was Dalton Boy and the Castles. The Dalton Castle and the boys. I was so traumatized by this match.
It just started horrible. They just beat them
How
up.
come it had to be Dalton Castle and the boys? How come it couldn't be somebody else?
You know what, sir? We always want Dalton Castle on TV.
Yeah, they brutalized them. It was a brutal match.
Yeah, it
was a mugging. It was an absolute mugging. And Don Callis and Page came up. They got all of it too. So Blackpool Combat Club is scary.
You know what they should do? I know way down we'll discuss what's his name is back on Nigel McGuinness. Make him the new leader.
Yeah.
And this is what they should have done with Regal. They should have been this brutal.
Yeah, they should have. Yep.
And with
I don't know why they waited for Regal to leave to do this. So when Regal took over, they should have been heels automatically.
Like with what happened with Don Callis, he really fell, and you could see his bone.
Well,
yeah. So
don't mess with the best, Don.
Yeah.
We got third match tonight: Jeff Cobb versus Kenny Omega for the IWGP United States Championship. A great match. Jeff Cobb proving week in and week out how underrated he is. I could have easily wanted Jeff Cobb to win this.
It could have went that way.
But it's setting up something better. Yeah. Kenny Omega gets the win. Danielson can beat Blackpool Combat Club come out, so beat up Omega, but Danielson comes out.
Which way?
Right? Yeah, which way is he going? Psych hits Kenny Omega with the running knee, hits him with a label lock, and Blackpool Combat Club starts stopping Kenny Omega. The Elite try to come out and help to no avail. Bob Nelson will be the new IWGP US champion.
Yeah, that would be good. That for Forbidden Door.
Yep,
that would be great. And again, I want this. Come on, you have to do this. Moxley versus Okada. Okada. Come on.
Fourth match tonight: Butcher versus Orange Cassidy for International Championship. No idea. I don't know what Butcher did to deserve this championship, but he got in the picture. Orange Cassidy gets the win.
Orange Cassidy always looks good.
Always looks good. Don't know why Butcher's in there. Jake Cargill cutting a good promo.
Do you see what she was wearing?
Yes.
We have the picture, so if we get in trouble, I'm sorry.
Jake Cargill.
That's worth it.
Cutting a good promo.
Yeah.
I am excited that she actually has competition.
Yeah, that's going to be good. Yeah.
In the fifth match tonight, Willow Nightingale versus Ruby Soho. Ruby gets the win.
Same thing with the Outcast.
I don't like how they're making the Outcast like NW. They don't ever.
And they're not good enough to do that.
That's blasphemy. Yeah. Don't ever ruin the name of a new world order.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Then this match, it was emotional. I was very happy. I
have one bad thing to say about this match. The match itself was awesome.
Sixth match tonight: Adam Cole versus Daniel Garcia. And great match. Yeah. Adam Cole gets the win. I give this a 5 out of 5. I'm so happy he's healthy again.
Here's my problem with this. I love the match. Perfect. But then all the streamers are... So what does that say about other wrestlers that came back? John Moxley came back. No streamers. Kenny Omega came back. No streamers.
No Adam Cole, baby. That's why.
But I just say, what does this tell you about the rest of the...
That they're not Adam Cole, baby.
But you hear he's going to stay as a face. He's going to be the top face.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I don't...
I think after this 4-pillar match, MJF Adam Cole gets the
We're
win.
gonna do like what we do think we're gonna have the ARH between. That was my fault, and I have Rampage.
Yeah, it is your fault.
Yeah,
It's okay.
ROH.
Sorry about that. ROH.
Okay. I played the director.
Okay, we got that one. First match, Yamashita versus Shazam McKenzie.
Yeah.
Yamashita picks up the victory. The second match tonight for the ROH tag team title, 6-man tag team titles. The Embassy versus Draper, Griffin, and Singh. Embassy gets the win. Fact about this is Brian Cage's last match in ROH. So, will Brian Cage make an appearance at WrestleMania?
He's already in LA.
Let's see.
And here's what the thing I don't understand is Draper. I don't know Draper. He's big in Colorado. You're segregating him to being a jobber, and this guy's 6'7" or 6'6", 275. He has all the intangibles, and they just I don't know.
Third match of the night: Aussie Open versus Varsity Athletes.
Or
Aussie
jobbers, if you want to call it.
Yeah, jobbers. Aussie Open gets the win. Aussie Open is such a great team.
Yeah, the Coriolis, one of the most beautiful moves. Maybe I mentioned that before.
I think so.
Yeah.
Fourth match tonight: LFI, the Kingdom versus Lucha and Top Flight. LFI and Kingdom get the win. 4.75 out of 5 mass.
Yeah, because LFI again, Roosh. What are they doing to him?
Yeah.
This guy's too good to be.
Yep. We get an awesome promo by Mark Briscoe. He's putting a lot of emotion behind this, and you have to give him the belt.
Yeah. Well, we'll see later if they didn't, but okay.
I know, but. Fifth match tonight: ROH World Women's Champion Athena versus Sakura. Athena gets the win. Good matchup.
Yeah. Then Sasaki comes to beat her up. Again, Athena and perfect. Like what we said about Dominic.
Yep.
This is for where you can say the same for Athena. She's just turned the page and she looks really good as a heel.
Sixth match tonight for the ROH Pure Championship: Wheeler Yuta versus Leon Ruffin. Wheeler Yuta gets the win, and Shabbatta shows up. That match is going to be insane.
It was insane.
Seventh match tonight: Air Fox versus Air Fox and Metalik versus Shane Dorn and Bravo. Air Fox and Metalik get the win.
Pretty good match.
Yes.
Then the craziest star ever.
Eighth match tonight: El Hilo de Vagino versus Blake Christian. El Hilo gets the win. You can imagine the high flying in that match between him and Blake Christian.
You know, Vikingo, like everyone's always undersized. The moves he does, who cares?
I hate that. It's undersized. They said it about Finn Balor, how popular his career. Rey Mysterio. Like, come on, you can't say that. Wrestling's a different type of breed when it comes to. You can say that about basketball. You can say that about football. You can't say that about wrestling.
No.
Ninth match tonight: Eddie Kingston versus Christopher Daniels. Eddie Kingston gets, I believe, an upset.
Yeah.
But Eddie Kingston wants the ROH Championship.
Yep, and that's face-to-face.
Excuse me.
With the SuperCard.
I'm just trying here.
It is dry.
Then we go to ROH SuperCard. First match tonight: Commander versus Vakino for the AAA Super Champ. Great matchup. Great way to start the show. Vakino gets the win every time the title.
The ring wasn't new. It was all over the place.
It was all over the place. Yes. No need for them to be in the same place. Second match tonight: MSC versus AR Fox by Christian and Metalik. MSC gets the win, and no more Brian Cage in ROH.
Unless they sign him last minute.
But I think Brian Cage gets a big push if he goes to WWE. Third match tonight: ROH Women's Champion Athena versus Yuka Sasaki. Athena gets the win. Athena's such a dominant champion.
I don't see right now if there's any competitors.
No, I think you build up Athena with his ROH World Champion. You bring her back in AEW. And make her go against Taya Valkyrie.
That makes sense.
Fourth match tonight for the ROH TV Championship.
Kind of a letdown.
You kind of a letdown here. Samoa Joe versus Mark Briscoe. Samoa Joe gets the win, but there's sign of respect between both of them.
They did get a
handshake.
It was a really good match.
It was.
This should be a rematch.
Yeah, it was very, very technical, brutal. You're getting a brawl inside from Mark Briscoe. You get a really technically sound match with Samoa Joe. Those two mix, it just makes magic.
Yes.
Our fifth match tonight is Tanahashi versus Daniel Garcia. Tanahashi gets the win. Another great, speaking of technically sound match, there's nothing going on here.
Poor Daniel Garcia this week. Wasn't a good week for him. These two put him to slaughter. Against Adam Cole, against Tanahashi.
But, I mean, you put him against two big stars. Like
he was good
Adam Cole and Tanahashi. So, again, in wrestling, sometimes the loser looks better than the winner.
Yes.
Excuse me. We're going to reach for the Skies match for the new ROH Tag Team Championship. LFI, Lucha Bros Kingdom, Aussie Open, and Top Flight. Very brutal scene in this match.
Oh, you'll see the picture.
Penta was going for a sunset flip to Dante Martin through a table. Dante Martin completely breaks his leg. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
One side note. This is like his third or fourth injury. Maybe wrestling is not for you. Okay? You know, injuries are part of wrestling.
Which is sad because he's very talented.
Oh, yes. He's super. But because of his moveset, this is going to be always the result.
It was bad.
But we do have new tag team champions?
We do in the Lucha Brothers, but again, that injury completely superseded that.
Yeah.
And it was ugly.
And note the ugly part is that, but the cool part of this, FTR comes in and Mark Briscoe to celebrate with the Lucha Brothers. Yep. So that's a good sign.
Then we have a seventh match for the ROH Pure Championship, Shabbatta versus Yuta Wheeler. Shabbatta gets the win and is the new ROH Pure Champion. Great matchup.
I understand why everyone wants to challenge him because he brings out the best. He does.
This was the best I've ever seen Yuta Wheeler.
Yeah.
And that's saying a lot because Yuta Wheeler's really good. Yeah. Shabbatta is the new ROH Pure Champion. Then we get a main event tonight for the ROH World Championship. Claudio Castelloni versus Eddie Kingston, and thankfully Claudio retains against Eddie Kingston.
I have one thing.
Very brutal match.
Very brutal, but following a Shabbatta and Yuta, it was kind of just brawl.
It's gonna be like that. I get it. ROH title has to be the main event.
Yeah.
But following Shabbatta and Yuta Wheeler, it's a tough one.
Yeah,
of course, for any wrestler, I think.
True. Let's go to Rampage. It starts out with Sammy Guevara versus Takashita. Very good match. Sammy Guevara gets the win. He won anyways because with Tyra, kissing every time.
Yep.
Again, as we mentioned, the 1 weak point, you have to show the pillars watching every time. You don't have to do it. We know they're going to be involved in the match. You don't have to watch them.
We know with Jungle Boy. We know with Sammy Guevara, Darby, and MJF. We know.
Yeah, but Sammy Guevara gets the win, which is, I think it's considered an upset because Takashita, they're propelling him.
Big, yeah.
So it is what it is. This was an upset, even though because of DQ. Best Friends versus the Kings of the Black Throne. Best Friends gets the win with DQ, but this leads to Orange Cassidy coming to make the save. So next week we're going to see Best Friends and Orange Cassidy versus the House of Black for the Trios title. So
rest in peace, Best Friends.
Yes. Then match 3 is Valkyrie versus Marine Shafir. Valkyrie gets the win.
Marine Shafir is awful.
I know. I don't know why she's still there. But this because her move, the thing of Valhalla, is similar to Jaded. They now have this whole lawyer thing. Mark Smart says, you have to stop. Now they have a new lawyer.
Actually, if they really want to get deep into this, Beth Phoenix should get involved as well. She is the one who created who first did that move. So if we're going to do a really deep storyline, let's get Beth Phoenix involved as well.
Worlds collide, right?
Yes.
But Valkyrie gets the win, and I'm looking forward to, like as you mentioned, finally some.
And I think a new champion.
Yeah, challenge. And actually, a new champion, and actually gives that title value.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it's not Jade's fault.
It's not Jade's fault. It's the competition they put in.
The book of the year doesn't know how to book.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
And again, best case scenario for Jade, she loses his belt, go after the AEW Women's Championship.
Which will make sense. Then the main event is Juice Robinson versus Action Andretti. I feel sorry for Action Andretti because he kept on saying, Ricky Starks, and he just beat the heck out of him.
Juice Robinson representing the Bullet Club.
Juice Robinson is too good to have these nonsense matches.
I think so too.
I think he's 1-5. I'm not including Dark. I don't.
Yeah, I think you build up Juice a little bit. I think Juice. I love to see Juice take the title off Orange Cassidy.
That would be great. Now we go to Impact. Now, this is the Multiverse, so we have New Japan stuff, so we don't have to do New Japan, but we'll put up the symbol because it looks so pretty. You want to go, or should I go through this?
You got it.
I got it. Yay, me. Let's start out with the countdown match. Yumara versus Gabriel Kidd. Pretty good match. Yumara, he's similar and looks like Takashita and stuff like that. So I see he's the Impact foreign star. Then we start off with a bang. Okay? This match should have been like a major pay-per-view. It's for the X Division 6-way. Trey Miguel versus Rich Swann versus Frankie Kazarian versus Rocky Romero versus Clark Connors versus Kevin Knight. Trey Miguel retains, but some of the moves. Clark Connors, he should stay in Impact.
Yes.
I see him as an X Division champion.
I see him as X Division champion. I also see him as a world champion.
Yes. Kevin Knight, I don't know how much time we have to mention this guy. He doesn't get the fanfare he deserves.
Honestly, you could have gone either way with these guys.
But there was one thing all four with the power, all six in the power bout. It just, again, Trey Miguel gets the win. Everyone could have won. Everyone looked good. Everyone did their spots.
Yep.
So that match went beyond what expected. Then we get an 8-man match. We get Eddie Edwards, Joe Hendry, J.R. Kronos, and Tom Lawler versus Sami Callihan, PCO, Fred Rosser, and Alex Conlon. And rest in peace, Alex Conlon, because if you guys watched that Bloodsport, he got the unfair test with John Moxley, and that wasn't a match. But in this, Sami Callihan, PCO, Fred Rosser, and Alex Conlon gets the win. PCO, every week we said this, he's not human. He's not human.
He's the undead.
Yes. One also, Fred Rosser. This is Ravishing Ralph's favorite wrestler. He cannot stop talking about him. But like I said,
shout out to Ravishing Ralph.
Yes. This is like a great holiday for him. Wrestling, he lives for it.
Yes.
He doesn't understand anything else but wrestling. He just goes crazy. Then we get the Hoss fight of the night. Moose versus Jeff Cobb. Again, Jeff Cobb looks great. Jeff Cobb gets the win.
Good. I'll say it every week. He has the prettiest finisher. That Tour of the Islands is
you know what's sad? Everyone's laughing at it because I guess they did a kip up. Moose did a kip up, then he couldn't do the kip up, and people are like, that's his one mistake he did.
We'll get the last laugh.
Yeah. Right? So Jeff Cobb gets the win. Then we get the number one contender for the women's championship that's going to be part of the main event. Is it next month?
Next month,
yeah. We get Slamovich, who we mention all the time, versus Purrazzo versus Giselle versus Yamashita. Purrazzo gets the win, and I think that's she's a former champion, so potential.
And Mickey on her way out. Yeah.
Then we get the 4-way tag team match for the tag team titles. We get Bullet Club versus Motor City Machine Guns versus Aussie Open.
Just wow.
Yeah, versus the Mighty Don't Kneel. The Bullet Club gets the win, but this match was all over. It was more brutal than high flying. Everyone got the moveset. Again, Aussie Open looks great.
Yep.
One of the hardest working tag teams. Come on, you guys, start rewarding them. Are they the ones that they don't even have a contract? They don't have a contract with how can a team this good not have a contract? Come on, you guys.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, but Bullet Club gets the win. Then this was the match of the night. Lio Rush versus Kushida. This was good. Again, Kushida, WWE, look what you did.
It's one of those matches, if you blink, you miss like 3 moves.
Yes. And Lio Rush, if he could keep his mouth shut, head straight, the guy is too talented. But it is what it is. Then we get the Openweight Championship, Kenta versus Suzuki. Kenta gets the win. This was brutal.
Big day for the Bullet Club.
Yeah, but Kenta gets the win. Another match of the night. This was, oh my goodness. I was teetering. I wanted this to be the match of the week. This is a match that was the original Will Ospreay, but it wasn't.
But this was, you could argue it was even better.
Yeah. Mike Bailey versus Tanahashi. Oh my goodness. Tanahashi lost his teeth in this match. Go figure, okay? He gets the win.
You're gonna beat Speedball, but you're gonna lose some stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna lose something.
When you walk out of that match.
Also, because WrestleMania weekend, Mike Bailey suffered a horrible loss in Bloodsport. He landed on his head hard. So to have him ready to wrestle this match, so maybe that was one of the reasons he lost. But Tanahashi gets the win, showing the world this guy why he got the moniker the Ace. Discussion. Let's as mentioned, the Hall of Fame.
Honestly, when you look at this Hall of Fame, it's not like the most star-studded. It's probably one of the lightest. If you compare, it's probably the most lackluster roster. Yeah. But big talent. So Rey Mysterio. So Rey Mysterio, comes out. Dominic doesn't stand. Rey doesn't stand. Or Damien doesn't stand. Rey's about to start his speech. Dominic, the Judgment Day leave. Dominic, Rhea, and Damien, they all leave before he starts his speech. But I can only imagine, no kayfabe, how emotional Dominic was for his dad. Probably backstage.
But this was the first time they kept the Hall of Fame and wrestling.
Yes, it was good, but I'm sure Dominic in the back was super emotional for his dad.
Plus, do you guys notice the Rhea sandwich? You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, we went R-rated. Or
Dominic, Rhea, and Buddy Murphy.
Yes. Great Muta. That was a nice speech.
Yes, that was a great one too. Ric Flair one introducing him. Asuka was a fangirl when he did the mist. She was super excited.
I'm gonna do the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that to you. No, that was again not a huge class, but speeches were really great. I mean, Conan, his speech for Ray. Very emotional. It was good. WWE dropped the ball with Conan. I think he's so good in the mic.
I think everyone dropped the ball.
I think so. Yeah.
They never saw him as a main star.
He was fighting on that mic last night.
The Andy Kaufman.
Both. Jerry King Lawler introduced him from home. That was an awesome moment. Stacy Keibler too.
I don't understand why Mick Foley. Is there a story behind it?
I don't understand it either. But no, Stacey Q. I'm one of the ones that didn't agree with this one. I should have been maybe Victoria, China. But not Stacey Q. But it was also really good. A lot of good speeches. And it was a good night.
Then for Tim White, the one did they because I had something else going on. Did they mention that he was a handler for Andre the Giant?
I believe so. Yeah, and also APA helped induct him as well.
Yeah, that I understood, but I had to run off. Plus, we were having bad weather, you guys. But yeah, it was very emotional. But I think they still dropped the ball. They could have named Demolition because this was late.
It was very late. So I'm assuming next year is going to be a big class.
Yeah,
it has to.
Yeah. It is what it is. Oh, side note, because we're talking about the Hall of Fame. This is to you, Bret Hart, if you watch this. I respect you as a wrestler. Let go! Do you know his complaining about the Clash of the Castle, about leg slaps? He was one of those people who did leg slaps too.
Booker T said too. Booker T said people should get fired if they...
but Booker T doesn't hold a grudge.
No.
But he was at Clash of the Castle. You were there. They gave you a free ticket. You didn't pay a ticket. And you said, I was embarrassed for all these young... You were one of the people that did that too. Look back at your tapes. So if you're embarrassed for yourself. But let's go to the match of the week. I think we already mentioned what they were.
My match of the week, Adam Cole versus Dan Garcia. Great match. Just a great welcome back for Adam Cole.
Technically, we all welcome back with a stream.
Yeah, me being a big Adam Cole fan, I couldn't be nothing but happy for him.
Yeah.
Adam Cole T-shirt I got from the show in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Then my match of the week, Omega versus Cup. There was so many to pick from, but this one because what it led to. The match itself was great, but the storyline afterwards, outstanding. Wrestler of the week,
Adam Cole. Yep, Adam Cole for sure.
I thought you were gonna say Daivari.
No, Adam Cole for sure. I'm so happy he's back. got the confetti. Britt Baker came out, gave him a kiss. I mean, a double win for the night.
I guess.
But again, I
clean too.
could not be happier that he's back.
My wrestler of the week, Gunther. Again, what he's been doing with the Intercontinental Championship. I hope tonight he retains. And again, I want to see him go for the world title.
This match is going to be insane.
Yeah. Prediction: there's going to be a lot of slaps.
Oh yeah.
My indie star of the week is Mario Padura. He's the Polish powerhouse. He's just south of us. He's in Chicago Style Wrestling. This guy, if plays his cards right, if either ROH or NXT comes a calling, he can make a big name for himself because he has the look. He's 6'4", 220 pounds. He's still young. He has the slender, but he's big for his size. So they call him the Polish powerhouse for a reason, and that's not because of the name of the streets. But
you got any predictions for tonight?
Okay, that's where I was going to go. I'm thinking Gunther retains because I want to see SummerSlam Gunther versus Cody for the World Championship.
Either Gunther retains or they finally give it to Sheamus tonight. As a big WrestleMania moment for Sheamus.
It could be, yes. I still think Gunther, ride on the trains, make this guy the biggest thing possible.
Yeah, I mean, either or, I wouldn't be...
The guaranteed... KO and Sammy win.
KO and Sammy get the victory tonight.
And if they don't, you ruin that storyline.
I do think Dominic gets the win tonight.
Yeah, I think Dominic gets the win.
It's going to be a very emotional match, though.
Yeah. And I think, moving on, I think they're going to give him the match.
I think so, too. I think Dominic gets the win. Let's see what else is tonight.
Is Charlotte and Rhea?
Yeah, Charlotte and Rhea tonight.
I think Rhea wins.
I think Rhea wins as well. Yep.
But Charlotte turns heel.
I think Rhea gets a win, a big victory. I think... I think we're going in night 2. I think Balor gets the win over Edge.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a bloody match. I think.
Wasn't it tonight?
I think it's night 2.
Night 2. Okay.
I think almost. Let's get the one with the help of the Hurt Business. Yeah. I think Asuka beats Bianca.
Yeah. She better get a moment because they messed up the first time.
They did. I think Asuka beats Bianca. All right. Then tonight, I think Theory retains over Cena.
That makes that's the best route. Handing it over. But if Cena wins Monday night, Jay White.
Yep.
Guaranteed.
No, I think this is the best WrestleMania in a very long time.
I've said that, and people at first called me crazy, but then I was reading people. This looks like one of the best WrestleManias, and I think the biggest fact is the Triple H.
Yes.
This is his baby.
Yep.
Like, even though they announced that Vince McMahon is now executive for like the next 2 years.
But he is. But Vince McMahon said that when Nick Khan said Vince is 100% okay with Triple H being creative. He has big respect for him. Of course, him being his son-in-law, he's not going to take that away from him. Triple H has done such a great job.
Yes. I think, like, everyone's criticizing, but you brought everyone back. It's still early.
Yeah.
Now with for instance...
After WrestleMania is when stuff kicks in.
Yeah. I think Karrion Kross
is a huge push.
I think
Gargano, a big push. Johnny Gargano, DIY. I mean, the tag team titles get broken up, the championships get broken up, and
the draft.
Seth Rollins, Logan Paul.
Yeah, that's going to be.
I think Seth,
because Logan Paul, his contract is up.
Yeah,
but I'm saying here's the thing. Again, storytelling. If Logan Paul loses, what's the point of signing? If Seth doesn't have it, because he's so popular, nothing could derail Seth Rollins. So I think Logan gets the win. They re-sign him. He's going to be more mainstay. You can start putting titles on him. He could be the first to go against. Like, for instance, if John Cena wins, then we see Jay White for the United States title. He'll win the blah, blah, blah. But if Theory wins, Theory versus Logan Paul, SummerSlam, match of the night.
I'm excited for WrestleMania.
Yes, me too.
I'm excited.
Like I said, I mentioned, I know I sound like a broken record. I think this is going to be one of the best WrestleMania.
I cannot wait.
Yes, there's so much to talk about. And next week we'll go over everything.
Yes.
And, And Tobar, if he's not involved, will get under an hour.
Man, he does not stop talking.
But remember, Tobar does do NXT.
Yeah.
So maybe this is going to be another 2-hour show. Yeah. But that's another episode of Everything That's Everything Wrestling.
Follow us at Everything That's Everything at gmail.com. Also follow us on Facebook. It's Everything That's Everything Wrestling.
We've got emails.
Yes, that's good.
They went around. They were sent to us for another show.
Oh.
Yeah. But hey, it's an email. But yes, that's another episode, and see you next week. Outstanding. The greatest week of wrestling.
Thanks for tuning in to Channel 14, Kenosha Community Television. Remember to tune into my program, Just Talkin', shown right here, Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. on Channel 14. On the program, we cover community events, talk to nonprofit organizations, and who knows, we may bump into a celebrity now and then. So remember to tune in to Just Talkin' Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. right here on Channel 14.
Kenosha Community Media. For years, we have informed, entertained, and performed community services for the city of Kenosha. Kenosha Community Media is your television station where you are the star, creator, and performer. To contact us, 262-564-6103. Website, kenoshamedia.org.
Hey kids! Do you guys like cartoons?
I love cartoons!
Do you like to see the old classic cartoons that your families were raised with?
I would love to, but where can I watch those at?
Well, we're bringing back classical cartoons with Mr. Bunker's Cartoon Apocalypse, where we resurrect old cartoons.
Oh, when is it on?
On Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on Sunday mornings at 10:30, where you get to see classic cartoons like Betty Boop.
I love Betty Boop.
Popeye.
Big Popeye fan.
We have great Huckle and Jekyll.
Oh, I love those.
So Kenosha Community Media is bringing back the classical cartoons with Mr. Bunker's Cartoon Apocalypse.
Question, does Mr. Bonkers have any friends on that show?
He has a lot of friends. We're hosting, we're Chalk and Manimal, but he has great friends like Chef Luigi.
Look over the start, the kids.
He has Peanut the Peacock.
Hello, kids.
He has Cinnamon the Ape.
What's going on, brothers?
And his friend that also hosts a different show, it's Klutz the Clown.
Hey, kids, it's tough being a clown.
So if you enjoy cartoons, if you want to watch something that's whimsical and nostalgic, please tune into Mr. Bonker's Cartoon Apocalypse, Saturdays and Sundays, Saturdays at 10, Sundays at 10:30. And we would enjoy to join us because you could be our circus freaks. Bye, kids.
Goodbye, kids.